been playing. So we've got Frazier Smith's Metal Foe Zoo deck here, and it's something very different just because of the Zoo combo. Lets you do a really cool, interesting new play, which I'll go over. This is the whole list here, and I'm not really going to talk about too much with regards to the Metal Foe engine, because I mean you should kind of know that if you've been playing the game for longer than like 4 months. So one other card he's playing here is Dragoons of Draconia. This is a once per turn. If a normal monster you control destroys your opponent's monster by battle after damage calc, add sorry, yawn. Add 1 level 4 or higher normal monster from your deck to your hand. So when you scale it, you basically just search out a Volflame, and yeah, just Volflame. I guess it's just there as another extra low scale, and it's level 4, so that's relevant. Beast Warrior as well, very important reason. The main reason actually is because it's a searchable low scale. Because sometimes I think this deck can lack low scales more than high scales, I feel. Yeah, so yeah, it's a broad bull target essentially is the main thing here. And then we have 1 Gofu, which I thought was bizarre. Really, this is my only criticism here, is just you either play 3 or you just don't play it. I mean, just 1 Gofu? Anyway, 3 Bumbuku, of course, the standard, and 2 Eccentric, 2 Hand Traps, Maxis, and the Bismugears, and then we all have a bunch of one-offs here. The Decision and the Summoner's Art. And of course we have the 1 Metal Fuel Fusion and 1 Full Metal, 3 counter, 2 debarrier, and 1 combination. So 3 counter is, I think if I'm correct, it's for a specific reason in this deck, and that's because of this combo here with Coach Captain BEARMAN, which I'll go over in a sec. The extra is as much as you would expect. It's 1 Metal Foe's engine, the rank 3 stuff with Invoker, 1 of each important Zoo card and the Emerald, and then we have Coach King Giant Trainer as well. Then we have the side deck, which is a Retaliating Seas, Raigeki, a Dark Hole Cosmic Cyclone. DDG is really good, really strong. Just flipping this in the standby against Infernoid, you could, I guess there's no reason to shotgun it so early, but like you chain this to lawn mowing or something, and it's woo, that's a swoop. And then we have Iron Wall as well for that deck, which I kind of think is not that great, because sure, they might not be able to summon their Infernoids, but I mean they can still do their Zoo plays, so I'm not too sure if that's great. But anyway, on to the really main part of this deck here, and why I think this is really cool. Is this Coach Captain BEARMAN is searchable by Broad Bull, of course. Now the idea here is that if you open Terratop, basically just Terratop, and like 2 Metal Foe scales that are matching, you can end with like a really strong board. So you know, you go to Terratop, special summon, get Invoker, get Rat, do your combos, Broad Bull search BEARMAN, and then before you overlay into the Emerald, you don't actually go for the second Exceed. Instead, because you've searched BEARMAN, you normal summon this without tributing it. You use BEARMAN's effect, because he's level 8, but you can summon him without tributing, but he just loses his attack. And then what he does is that he can make all Beast Warriors, all level 4 Beast Warriors currently out, become level 8. So the idea is that you search this with Broad Bull, you summon it, you have your 2 rats on the field with him, and you overlay all 3 into Giant Trainer. Giant Trainer detaches 1 material, draws a card, and reveal it. If it's a monster, inflict 800. You can't conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect, which is generally fine because, well, Metal Foes is a deck that can play really well without its battle phase. It's not super reliant on destroying monsters by battle, because you know, with things like Kirin and your Mithrilium plays and your Alcahest plays, you have a lot of ways to control the board without a battle phase. So that isn't too much of a hindrance. But the very important thing you would notice here is that it says you can use this up to 3 times a turn. So you can Terratop gives you 3 draws and a Drancia. That is really good. Now my only issue with Frazier's deck, however, unfortunately, is the fact that there isn't super amazing cards to draw into because he's only playing 2 maxi, so you know it's not like he's gonna have like a Ghost Ogre as well that he can potentially draw into. The D barrier as well, I think, is bizarre to be played at 2 and not 3, because then you just draw into this before you've pendulum summoned, before you've made your play. So you draw into this and you set it, and then you like, you know, normal summon Bumbuku, get Kieran, pendulum summon Kieran, and then you have like, you can end with stupid boards with this deck, really dumb boards. So that I feel like the idea is that generally your turn 1 is to create a setup, a really like just a good setup for turn 1, to survive 1 turn, and then you kill them next turn with things like your counters triggering, because he's playing 3. So the idea is that, you know, he's always going to have infinite scales. I'm pretty sure it's not once per turn, the add back effect. I know that you can use like 3 in a turn, you special summon 3, but I think the add back effect during your first turn, you can add. Okay, so that's not even once per turn. That's ridiculous, because like, you know, the concept is really cool, because, you know, Slumber is a very scary card this format. You know, Kieran doesn't care about it too much generally, but he gets Kaijin most of the time anyway, so it doesn't matter. But the concept is here that you just want to survive 1 turn, set up, and do your Bearman play with searching him out and stuff, and then you kill them next turn by going off with all this advantage you've generated. Now, of course, you can do it just by normal summoning Rapier. However, that means that you need to pendulum summon Bearman rather than normal draw your cards, then pendulum whatever it is you draw. That's one of the disadvantages, which is why I think that, you know, this like random Gofu could have just been like a Ghost Ogre or the 3rd barrier. You know, painful decision summoners are, I feel like you could just cut them, and then you'd have like less cards, which means you draw your scales Metal Foes cards as well as just as many times as you would without playing them. But the 3 counter thing seems kind of ridiculous, but when you think about it more, is actually super cool. So I really like this list. I think I would change definitely a couple of things here. I'm not too sure how necessary Draconia is. It's kind of decent, but I just feel like, you know, as much as like low skills can sometimes be a bit of a nuisance for this deck, I think that just searching out the Bearman is like your go-to like 9 out of 10 play. But yeah, I mean that's essentially why this deck is really cool, and why I wanted to feature it, is just because of Bearman here. Just being searched out with Broad Bow and then doing that play that we talked about where you draw 3 cards. Really nuts, really nuts. And sometimes you can just burn them for 2400 just straight out. That's pretty huge, like if you're, you know, in time or something. But yeah, this is Frazier Smith's I think it was top 16 or top 8 deck profile. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Let me know what you think down below, and see you next time.